Hello, welcome everyone. This is Javier, Cynic's editor, who would have guessed. I'm remaking the intro that I have recorded for this video for a technical issue. And well, in the intro of this video, I explained this was a Hfog live match on this map, Lăng Pass, if I remember correctly, against Konton, who has played this map once at least, and he remembers a little bit. He told me that he had an APC opening, but he didn't use it on this game, at least not as he remembers. Anyways, it was, remember, that is a live match. It's gonna be a lot of blunders, but it's live, so it is what it is, which makes it more appealing or less depending on your likings. I think is something different and can be very interesting. Also, Hfog is a mode as unique as can be Hfog, normal fog, or standard. It has its own meta. There is a league run by Kambe. You can go and check it out on the Discord of Advanced Wars via web. It's very interesting. For example, Olaf is tier 1 as well in Hfog, but there is some difference between Hfog, which for example is, I believe, Grid is a little bit better because the fog helps indirects. The matter of the fact is that Fox maps are normally designed to avoid choky and situations to stall and benefit too much the indirects. But on a paper, on a vacuum, Fog is better for indirects, and that means that Grid is tier 3 instead of tier 3 bottom, which I think Hfog has only 3 tiers apart from tier 0. And in Hfog, Fog, there is a tier below 3, if I remember correctly. I'm talking by memory, but I can just plop here on post-production, which I'm gonna do right now, the tier list for Hfog, and then the tier list for Hfog Fog, and let's compare it, the two together, and you probably can see it now on the screen, because Cynic is gonna put it there. Anyways, let's just straight jump to the match. It's a very interesting map, I promise. But I'm gonna focus more on the map itself than in the movements and decisions. Because I think it's the most appealing part of this commentary that I'm gonna do. I don't want to focus too much on the decision making because I was playing this blindly, and it was also live, so I am not gonna use my powers very well. I'm not gonna, it's gonna be a chaotic game, but it's not gonna be too long, so that's at least for to come for it. Anyways, let's just straight jump to the match, guys. Okay, guys, so I have to add some things I didn't mention in the introduction. But we are gonna spectate this match from my point of view only, and there is 2 reasons for that. First, I think it's more interesting. Second, did you remember that you could see through the 4 enemy units' actions and clicks and selections? That's not the case anymore, so it's very... It has improved the spectating experience much more. And this map I have not played and never. I'm going blindly on it. Remember, it's live, and Konton has had some experience on it, but not many. He mentioned it to me that there was an APC opening, and APCs and transports in general in Hfog are very important. That's why I will a black vote, which is effectively 8k of income, but it will allow me to get this airport, and I couldn't get it not other way unless I break this with an artillery, which will take 1 turn of building an artillery, 2 turns of moving the artillery, 3 turns, 4 turns, 5 turns of shooting, and then comes the infantry. So it would take a lot, and building a black boat will be much more shorter, for sure. And this black boat will help me to bring units to this area faster, and also it will allow me to refuel, because remember, I'm facing Drake, so it will help definitely. And I was considering to building an APC, but I thought not yet. Let's build first a recon, because recons are very good in Hfog. They are super cheap. They are just 2 properties turn of income, and they give you so much info. Much more useful than in normal fog, because it's a big deal to see a neo tank instead of a tank, I think. Basically. And here I build the APC. I didn't think that building it here was a good idea, because this infantry can already reach their wanted destinations, and an APC wouldn't make the difference. It would be harming, because I couldn't have my 3rd infantry, because one of these infantry will go here for the com tower, the other will go here, and the other will go 2 days until this city. So there is no use for an APC here, and there is a slight good-ish use for the APC on this area instead. But remember, this is my area where I'm weaker, and here I can reinforce more reliably. But I had a plan, and I think I'm gonna spoil the plan. It's nothing too crazy. The plan is basically, can you see this port here, and can you see these souls here? So my plan was to eventually go aggressive into this area, build a lander here, and spam double medium tank, and then put on this lander, and this lander will bring it till this tail and double drop them, and I would have every 2 turns double medium tank. So it could probably overwhelm my opponent, and on the turns between I would have an anti-air probably, and an infantry, and some fighter or copters or anything coming to this area, and just hold this area, because I have to send forces here, because if my opponent sees I'm bringing nothing into this area, he will cap my HQ, my lab, you know what I mean. Anyways, I go for double tank, and the thing with tanks in high funds is that they are not as good, but they are relatively much more cheaper, but they have a very important task, which is deal with anti-air, and anti-air is super valuable in high funds. The reason for that is not only you have to deal with copter spam, but you will have to deal with bombers and fighters. Stealths, don't count them, because they cannot be hidden. They can be hidden and cannot be shot by anti-airs. And for the reason of that being bombers and fighters, you don't want to sack your anti-air for a copter exchange, because a copter is less valuable, in my opinion, than an anti-air. Because what is gonna a copter do? It's gonna do cheap damage to a big tank, it's gonna harass infantry, harass recons, or deal with small tanks or indirects. But there is no like, okay, this copter, boom. No, they are very vulnerable to any anti-air, like fighters, anti-air, and they don't do anything like Okay, this was a nice shot. So I think anti-air you have more uses basically. So you don't want to sack your anti-air for a copter unless there is an extra reason, because you are fighting in your strong side, so you know you can do even trades. So a unit, a vehicle, or a unit for a unit, or something like that. Anyways, I was playing blindly, and I was not sure what to do at this moment. I didn't came with a plan yet of the plan of the medium tanks, but I was wondering if I should go hard here or here. And the thing is, I should have gone hard here. Maybe there is an argument for going hard here. You can push and eventually get this, but there is the airport very close, and there is also this base which is relatively close to, so it's very hard to push into this area. Yes, and there is the price of the lab, and if you cap that, you win. So if you are Sammy, maybe you want to do that, but the thing is, it's live, and in live you have another win conditions, which are time, and time is a resource such as unit count, such as income, etc. And if you play around time in life, you have a win condition. Anyways, this infantry here was a bit aggressive. I wanted to get vision of this property, which I was capping, and I'm player 1, so I'm supposed mirror theory. I just started capping it this turn, so he will start capping it next turn. But the thing is, this was very unnecessary by me, because yeah, maybe you are capping it, maybe not, but do I really care about it? Like, I'm not gonna gain any how you call it, crucial information, and I'm risking my infantry, which is not covered by any of my vehicles. Look, for one tile, none of them cover it. So there is 2 shots here for free, and even if he exposes only 1 unit, he will cover that unit with everything that advances into this area, so it won't look good for me. And also I want to mention one thing, using transports against Drake is very annoying, because transports, they move a lot, and they run, even not facing Drake, quite a lot out of fuel. Here gets the free shot, and he doesn't finish it because he knows he's probably gonna expose. It's gonna be risky. He probably counts the tiles like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He knows a copter might be on this area, so if he doesn't go into these 2 tiles, he won't get attacked. And he knows with the recon about these tanks, so, and also probably about this artillery, because the recon was nearby. So he has the intel superiority at the moment. He interrupts this cap. He sacks a recon, but I think it's kind of worth to do. Yeah, recons are very valuable, but properties are also very valuable, and your recon is replaceable. But the city, if you are able to deny it, it will get a lot of value, and also it's live, so pressuring your opponent and forcing them to sync with an easy move is so strong to do. Anyways, I hope this infantry was safe-ish, and I think I saw 3 tanks here, and I count the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So even though a tank going into this direction in 2 turns will reach, if I count correctly, will not kill, but almost kill my tank. my recon. I don't think it's likely because of these 3 tanks I saw here. So I went aggressive with my recon. And yeah, I'm planning with this transport copter to using it here to boost this infantry. Since I was planning, at the moment I was already planning to go aggressive into this area. So I retreat with artillery, I kill the recon which I had to double roll, unfortunate. And I cover my tanks with artillery, I retreat with the 3 HP infantry, which is not covered as well as this, but all my tanks, anti-air and copter will cover them. So it's not terrible. And this infantry going into this area super exposed, and this recon probably I mean, it's a gamble, thinking there is no tank to, but there is likely a recon into this area as well as I have one into this area. So if you are doing one thing, expect your opponent to be doing something similar, not the same, but at least something similar. Anyways, very important to repair the fuel of all your units. I'm playing against Drake, it will be a pain, the fuel, so every time I can I will repair the fuel with the black boat. Remember that black boats not only heal 1 HP, but they refuel ammo and fuel. I see infantry approaching to this area with my recon, and here comes the recon, which I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He didn't know if this recon attack was safe, but he probably saw a lot of units here and did the same reason as me and took the attack. And in a last game you have to go for, you cannot try to do a very studied or calculated thing. You have to play around these kind of things. Anyways, here I see my opponent capping this, and I was like, no, I'm not allowing this, so I'm gonna sack my recon and I can cover it with my tanks. So even though you will kill my recon 100% if the tank attacks, I will be able to interrupt this cap. And yes, I'm going hard on this corner, but very important to cover these units with my artillery. But I think that it's not the proper play. Also, this recon going super aggressive into this area. I mean, I know there is quite a lot of tanks here, and they shifted into this area. So yeah, that was the reasoning. And this neo tank is covered this infantry. If I let this infantry stay in here, it will get probably attacked and it will cost me repairs. And you say, oh, it's only 200. Yes, but you know, because I built the black boat and I have 500 to afford that repair. But if I had a round amount of money, like 1000, it will essentially cost me 1000 to repair 2 HP of an infantry. But still, I don't want it to get attacked for free. But he has a tank prepare. He has to use all the infantry to kill a recon. But it's fine. He gets the... I mean, it was not a luck roll. I think it was super likely. Maybe there was a very slight chance of me surviving. And for some reason, we see that he built a neo tank. That's a bug. But to be honest, we can expect a lot of neo tanks. So it's not a surprise, guys. I hope it disappears next turn. Okay, it disappears. So we get a little bit spoiled, but it's fine, guys. I attack with my infantry here to get vision, and yeah, I take the engagements. I have to attack this with my tank to get vision of the other tank, and I get the shoot. And here I was thinking, okay, my tank is exposed, so I'm gonna put this on the forest. So right now this is not a super solid wall, but it will annoy my opponent. But remember, guys, transports are much more valuable in Hfog. Also, I need my APC to refuel, so I think losing a tank for an APC is not worth. Losing the APC for the tank, trying to save the tank, which is not even guaranteed to save it, is not very good in my opinion. But anyways, it's live, so you have to go for the sketchy place. And as you can see, I already spamming neo tanks and going all the awkwardly way into this area instead of building them here and being into turn here. So at this point I should have noticed that going and fighting in this area was much more easier than fighting on this area. So unless I do something, I will get overwhelmed here. So I cannot be strong here. And it was at that point that I came across with the plan of the lander. Because medium tanks are very bad on... Yeah, that's why the APC died, because of a neo tank one shot. That's why medium tanks are very bad, because they are very slow. But anyways, now I have to retreat here. My copters won't do anything against this, because there is a copter or an anti-air or both covering these new tanks for sure. So doing 2, maybe 3 if I have damage to a neo tank for a copter is not worth. And yeah, he sacks another recon for an 2k. I don't think this is worth. The first interrupt, I think it was worth, because it really delayed my cap. But this one I don't think that much. Anyways, at this point I also realized, okay, he's going super hard here, I need to push a little bit here. But at this point I'm committed to this area. So either way, I retreat here and lose a lot of income and try to go hard here, or commit to the plan and try to make this work. And at this point I think I should have take the loss on income and try to be strong here, which would have been very bad, or try to make this fix. And I was thinking, okay, I'm playing for the first time on this map, so I'm gonna try to make this work somehow, because I misread the map. Anyways, let's see how it goes. I have to retreat with everything. I covered my cap and I wall around. And this seems like a solid wall. I use my copter instead of my infantry, but I think I should have put my infantry here. But this infantry can be one shot by a tank, and this can be one shot by an anti-air, but an anti-air can be around this. That can be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So yeah, it was not likely, but I saw an anti-air. I think I think I didn't, but it's likely, or a copter, and it was very risky. Also, my opponent has been shooting this pipe here, but we don't see the animation. In normal Advanced Warfare web, you see the animation through Fog War, because pipes and pipe scenes are not, how you call it, hidden because of the fog, so this should be seen in this replayer. Anyways, here I build a lander, and I will another anti-air, because even though I'm facing Drake, I'm expecting a lot of air units. Even if it's Drake, a bomber of Drake that is not contested with a fighter or an anti-air will make my Neotanks go kaboom. Doesn't matter he has only 90 firepower with the com tower. It will be a lot of trouble. Anyways, he gets vision of my copter. He one-shot it with the anti-air, and here I don't think it's worth, in my opinion, because what if I have a bomber coming and now your anti-air just dies now? You have one less anti-air to deal with my bomber. Anyways, I take this engagement, and now I repair, and now I one-shot the anti-air. But here, yeah, why do you use the hyper upgrade before enemy Drake's superpower? Well, because I wanted to get nice hit KOs, but now all my army will be crippled until the next. This was super unfortunate. This was very likely to kill. Like this was 8 to 15. I don't remember exactly, but it was a high roll. I mean, high roll. It was very likely to do more than 2 HP of damage, both. Anyways, sometimes you get unlucky. That should be happen. And now I made a miscalculation, because now I was planning, okay, my lander is on place, I will go double medium tank and go here. But what happens? There is a plane here. And what happens when it rains? Planes cost more movement. And my medium tank 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 will not be able to go into this lander, which means, I mean, it could have on hyper upgrade, so I should have waited for my hyper upgrade. But yes, I didn't, and this is gonna get blasted. Because now, yes, nice, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, nice. No, you will see. Anyways, I prepare to push into this area. I also keep hitting this, so I will be able to reinforce this area if he tries to get the HQ cap. But right now, as you can see, I'm wasting. I have a tank here, I have 2 copters, and he is probably going all in here, apart from maybe a recon or a tank that shoot my recon before. So I'm having trouble. And yeah, I lose a lot of HP. He gets some nice hits, and now he has 10% defense against my 8 HP units that I cannot repair because I wasted my superpower as Andy. Yeah, live game, and now I cannot even answer this bomber because my anti-air was sucked into killing this Neo tank. I should have not tried. I mean, the infantry luck roll was whatever, but I should have capped with infantry, so it walls, but also is capping. I should have not used my hyper upgrade, and then next turn, if my infantry doesn't die, I will repair it and cap. Same with this. So it was a big mistake, but I was trying to be efficient on time, and here I sack 1 infantry to make sure I kill this recon. I did the calculation very quickly, so I don't know if it was very necessary in terms of likelihood, but I didn't want to risk, and I wanted to plan fast. You have to think fast. Even though if you think wrong, you have to be fast. Anyways, I'm only able to bring one of my medium tanks into this area, but I think I made a mistake and I put it here instead of here, because here it will be able to cover this Neo tank and this tank instead of here. But I was moving super fast, and I bring another tank here and I build a bomber because I need to heavy lifting. Anyways, it's my turn, opponent turn, He moves the recon here to get vision of almost all my army, and he prepares the push. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, Drake Bomber. It's alright. I mean, yeah, you have 80 firepower, but you will have a com tower, you will have the 2 HP damage, so you will be able to one-shot Neo tanks. Yeah, you only need to do 80% of the HP of the Neo tank to kill it. So yeah, I mean, I'm Andy, I didn't use my power on properly, but I was thinking I will get another power soon, so it won't be a big deal. And here I went balls to the walls and I said, okay, if I use my power now, I will. This was very bad idea. Yeah, I wanted to do this instead of attacking with 8 HP, but here I need to bring another anti-air, and it's so hard to. Yeah, if you try to attack into this area without any anti-air or air dominance, you will get blasted by bombers, because how you bring things that kill air units? They take so long, and the airport is so away that even fighters will take 3 turns. So it's not a good idea to fight here unless you have prepared a lot of anti-air. But if you prepare a lot of anti-air, that means less Neo tanks, less overall units. And this will go not very well. Look at my old units also running out of fuel, and my opponent is about to do another superpower. Yeah, and at this point I was tilted because of the thing, and my opponent is gonna do another superpower and it will make me do another of... Yeah, it was doom at this point. I think it was doom at the point I tried to be aggressive here without the right unit comp. Anyways, let's see. Yes, yeah. That was... I get a nice shot, but yeah, the bomber with 1 HP gets vision of this reinforcement route. It can even block it if it's able to stay here. And yeah, I resign here because I don't think I was ahead on time for a little bit, but yeah, there was no point. I could not even run away because look at my units, fuel 9, 9, 11. So if I try to run away, they are gonna probably get picked up because this is also very slow and I have to pay the movement of the rain. Anyways, so it was a very interesting map. Hfog live leak, crazy stuff. No, but Hfog's Hfog is very interesting, very niche. Kanbei runs the league. If you want to join, you can go to the Discord and go to the thread specifically named Hfog's Hfog League. It's not in global league, but still it's very fun. It's very unique. It has its own meta. And yeah, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video, and we'll see you on another meme video or maybe another commentary. Bye bye.